I'm Dorothy Aalseth.
And I'm Earl Aalseth.
I've kind of had horses since I was in the second grade and went on to school at UNLV, and I have a master's degree from Washington State University in animal sciences. When we were married, we both had our master's degrees and went off to Blacksburg, Virginia for him to do his PhD. We went off to Oklahoma State University, worked in the vet school there in the teaching hospital, and also did research, and we were there for 10 years, worked in endocrinology.
So what we basically did is we moved on from being animal scientists to become veterinarians or have a veterinary role. And we moved to Snohomish because this was an outstanding dairy area. We needed space. We knew we needed the horses. I came into horses by acclimation.
Horses by marriage.
Okay.
So once we did move in, which was actually 20 years ago now, with one horse, we started our stalls in the front of the property up by our garage. And at that time, we were using hog fuel for a base.
When it gets wet, it absolutely collapses. You know, they're walking around in a foot of hog fuel and water, so it's very hard on their health, hard for them to find a dry place to lay down. At that point, we built this barn behind us. There is a French drain system around this building that's down about 3 foot. It goes all the way around the building on both sides, and it goes out to, gravity drains out to the back corner of the property. And this area does not get wet anymore. There was a foot of water here when we built this, and this is a high spot actually. By adding the French drains and this gravel, you know, we can take all that water away. So even the paddocks back there will be surface runoff, and they're sloped, that'll take it away. But for about the first 10 foot out of the stall, we get quite a bit done with the French drain system.
We much prefer our paddocks that we have now, the gravel paddocks, over hog fuel. Some people have talked to us about problems with thinking the gravel's going to cause abscesses in their horses' feet, and I don't agree. I've seen many horses over the years on gravel, and I don't think you see any more abscesses than you would normally. We have 8 different pastures, and they graze down through one, and then we start into the second pasture. They graze down through it, and then by the time they're at the end of that, they start over on pasture 1. It all has to do with how long we can have them out, because here we're wet, and so once we get to a certain point with water running in the ditches, we can't allow them to go out anymore because we have too much pasture damage. We had heard of the Conservation District, and they'd come to the Cascade Horse Club meeting and presented a talk. And I learned that they could come out and help you. So Bobby came out and made a visit, and we had fun talking about some of the things we'd already done, but I was very excited about learning about their presence and being able to help us out here. The Conservation District was probably instrumental in giving us lots of our ideas that we have, even though we'd started working on it originally without them. I've loved going to the Conservation District presentations. I've gone to a lot of them, and I can't recommend those more to anybody. I'm always telling people about it because even if you've heard it all and you love it and everything, you still can pick up so many great ideas from visiting other people's properties and meeting new friends too, and getting all kinds of great ideas. So even if you go intensively for a little while, take off for a couple years, go back, because they got great workshops.